This next bear encounter is another CCTV clip showing us a bear walking up to a car parked in this person's driveway. A few seconds later, a woman comes out of the house to grab something from her car, but is instead met with the shock of a lifetime. She runs away screaming after failing to trap it inside. Despite the initial encounter, the predator goes back to the scene and proceeds to loot the basket the woman dropped earlier. The clip cuts short, but no one was harmed during this terrifying encounter. This terrifying encounter begins with a woman recording a bear walking up to her porch while she watches from the windows of her door. The unbothered bear proceeds to grab a trash bag from the porch, but as soon as it turns its back, this happens. The brave house cat immediately stands up to the bear and even starts smacking it in the face. The cat ultimately scares the predator back into the woods after it grabs the homeowner's bag of trash. Here, a bear can be seen walking around a garden while dogs are heard barking at it, wanting to be let out to confront the intruder. A few moments later, the dogs break out of their enclosure and start running towards the predator. What happens next is chilling. Dogs have been used to protect territories since the Ice Age, so it's not out of the ordinary to see these canines scare it away. After chasing the animal away from the property, only one of the dogs comes back when called. Thankfully, according to the video description, both dogs were safe and unharmed. At the beginning of this clip, a large drilling machine can be seen making a hole in the side of a small mountain. If you take a closer look, something can be seen moving around in the dark hole they're drilling into. Sure enough, when the hole gets bigger and the drill moves to stop covering it, a terrifying sight reveals itself. For the next few minutes, the enormous grizzly bear can be seen desperately trying to dig itself out of the hole where it was most likely hibernating. After a while of trying to scare the animal out, they succeed, and what happens next is pure terror. Thankfully, the predator takes off in a direction away from the people, leaving everyone safe. This clip shows two bears below two hunters recording themselves from their tree stand while staying as quiet as possible. But not even a few seconds after the recording starts, something vastly petrifying happens to them. They sit as still as possible, hoping to not anger or startle the predator. I'm honestly surprised these guys didn't faint from shock. The clip ends abruptly, but it seems like the animal went down without harming them. What was supposed to be a quick hike through the Claremont Wilderness Park quickly became fuel for nightmares after Chad Bruce, a hiker, encountered a large grizzly bear. The video begins by showing us short clips from his trip at a wilderness park, but a few clips later, something extremely horrifying can be seen following him.
Baby fox. Hello! Got a major bear. Holy crap.
An enormous grizzly bear seems to be following him, and despite only being a few feet away from the animal, the hiker manages to remain calm throughout the ordeal.
Pretty fella. Really don't want to mess with him though. Kinda want to pet him like a little puppy.
After securing the distance to be able to go behind the bear, he continues to follow it, enabling him to warn another unaware hiker.
Better get off the trail, homie. Hey, there's a big bear right here. Just so you know, there's a big bear.
Thankfully, the bear was docile, and no one was harmed in the encounter. This next video is nothing but pure terror as it opens by showing a bear breaking into a garden and stealing bird food. After it manages to open the storage, it proceeds to eat the bird food when, out of nowhere, the predator's feast is suddenly interrupted. What looks to be the owner's dog bursts into the garden and charges the bear as soon as it sees it. Bears are afraid of dogs because dogs' barks reach a high decibel level of sound, and they are also extremely similar to wolves. The brave dog successfully chases the bear away while being unharmed. What this man thought to be a drunk roommate coming home and stumbling around turned out to be something much more terrifying. The clip starts off with the cautious man recording a huge and hungry predator walking around his living room.
We have a bear inside of our house right now. We have a bear inside of our house. Holy.
A few seconds after he started recording, the bear notices him recording from the stairs, leaving it with no choice but to run after him. As the bear makes its way upstairs, he runs to his room and looks back one last time, only to see this.
Oh God, wait.
Shut that. Whoa! Oh my God!
After reaching his room, he talks with his scared roommate, who tells him that the predator went back downstairs. Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly, and what happens next remains unknown. This encounter, captured on a Wise cam, begins by showing us a bear peeping through a window and then accidentally breaking its frame. This gives the bear the opportunity to stick its head inside and search for food to loot in this home's kitchen area. It begins sniffing around and eventually manages to snatch an item from the sink, immediately retreating outside afterwards. After that, it sticks its head inside again and starts searching for other things it can put inside its belly. This goes on for a few more minutes, until the bear finally decides it has had enough and leaves the house alone. While floating down a river towards their next camp, Fred Eichler and company came across 3 bear cubs and 1 angry mother bear. At the start of the video, Fred's team can be seen riding the river when they come across 3 bear cubs. While moving forward, they unfortunately come too close to the cubs, which angered someone else previously hidden in the thick bushes.
Come on. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Thankfully, the large mother bear got scared of the shot and ran away from them. At the start of this video, a guy in snowboarding gear records himself getting ready to slide down the mountain. After smiling for the camera, he stands up and starts snowboarding down the path while recording himself throughout the process. After a few seconds, the camera pans to the right and reveals a terrifying sight, enough to make your hair stand up. The bear chases after him for many seconds. Meanwhile, he is unaware of what's going on and the possibly tragic fate that lies ahead. His luck seems to have given him some epic snowboarding footage while remaining unharmed. This bear encounter begins with a man recording a bear stuck in a trap supposedly meant to catch wolves. He decides not to kill the bear, but instead to let it go, which could endanger his life greatly as the animal is extremely aggressive. Not wanting to waste any more time, he readies his catch pole, and what transpires next is something you should see for yourself. After grabbing a hold of the agitated animal, the man tries his best to open the trap without putting himself in harm's way. After what must have felt like hours, he musters up the courage to try to unlock the trap one last time.
You're free. Get the hell out of here.
Fortunately, after he frees the young bear, it quickly runs away without causing any trouble. A doorbell camera shows a bear approaching the entrance of a house while knocking down several Christmas decorations in the process. It plays with the decorations for a bit, until it eventually loses interest and decides to sniff around the house walls. In doing so, it accidentally rings the doorbell. And now we can only wish that the owner checks the camera first before opening the door. Thankfully, the owner does check it, and as soon as he sees the bear, he proceeds to talk loudly in hopes of scaring it away.
Bear, go. Bear, go away.
That's crazy.
Bear, go away. He's looking at me. Bear, go away.
After hearing the man talk through the doorbell speaker, the bear freaks out and runs away. We can only imagine what would have happened if the man didn't check the camera first. While hiking Mount Roberts in Juneau, Alaska, two men came face to face with an extremely curious black bear. This nerve-wracking clip opens with one of the hikers trying to scare off the animal while recording the ordeal on his camera.
You got the camera?
Yep, it's rolling. Oh, well, that's cool. Hey. No.
Instead of running off like the men expect it to, the predator continues to approach them at a steady pace, forcing them to slowly retreat.
Go on.
Hey, fella.
Go on.
This encounter stretches on for quite some time, but eventually the animal seems to lose interest in the men and decides to venture into the nearby bushes in search of food. Taking advantage of the bear's distracted state, the hikers pull out their bear spray and wait for the animal's next move.
And then, all right, well, let's keep going here. Let's give him a little bit of space.
Since the animal fails to make a move, the hikers decide to continue their trip. This next encounter starts by showing a couple of guys playing golf, when suddenly an unexpected player wanders into their area.
It's gonna hit my ball.
Oh my
I can't hit my ball.
God.
In order to retrieve their ball, they proceed to walk towards the black bear, despite knowing the potential life-threatening repercussions.
Come on, Bear. We're trying to play golf here. Dad, don't.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. The ball.
Undeterred by the danger, one of them can be seen going up and talking to the bear, urging it to leave their ball alone.
Boy, good boy. A little farther. Fling it. Come on, fling it. Yay, good boy. Good boy.
Thanks, Bear.
Luckily for all of them, the bear walks away and leaves them alone to continue playing. This next clip begins by showing us a home security camera video of a bear walking and messing around private property. The animal can be seen trying to climb an enclosed area, and when it fails to do so, moves on to playing with a tree. Moments later, it disappears for a couple of seconds until this happens. These predators use their paws, noses, and mouths to investigate different things they find lying around. Unfortunately, this one becomes interested in the camera. After taking it off its stand, the animal proceeds to check it further by sniffing and poking it with its claws. The bear eventually leaves it alone, and no one was harmed in the encounter. This next clip shows another CCTV footage of a bear managing to reach a backyard where a man is seen taking a nap. At first, the bear gets interested in the pool, but as soon as it sees the guy napping, it gets a little curious. After cautiously approaching the person, it starts to sniff him out, and moments later, this happens. Thankfully, after the guy wakes up, the animal gets startled and runs away quickly. A group of friends got the experience of a lifetime after they encountered a large, hungry predator in search of food on a rural Russian road. This intense clip starts off with a group of friends recording a bear trying to go inside a parked but occupied truck. Despite the dire situation, they make so much noise to get the attention of the predator that they unfortunately attract it towards them. After the animal goes back into the bushes, they follow with the goal of petting it and giving it more food.
Ну это что-то дохлый какой-то, он тот по пище был. Вон мамаша с воды выходит. Что-то он какой-то злой.
At first, everything seems to be going well, as the bear does not seem to mind the driver, yet moments later, something unexpected happens. Surprisingly, the driver's fingers remain intact, despite the situation they put themselves into. This video appears to be recorded from a hunting dog's point of view, who's out and about exploring the woods. As the animal continues walking through the woods, it seemingly catches a scent and immediately starts following it. Moments later, the dog stops tracking the scent and is eventually taken off the leash by its owner, allowing it to run after the target. The owner stands still with his dog barking at his side, hoping for the best and trying not to prompt the bear to do something bad. The clip cuts short, although it appears that they were able to go home safely. This CCTV footage shows a family of 3 coming home after a night out, expecting their day to end in a peaceful night's rest. After the man closes the gate, something grim enters the scene, missing the family by only a few seconds. Unfortunately, the woman goes outside again, walking towards the direction of the bears, which is probably the unluckiest decision of her life. Female bears are extremely aggressive when they are with their cubs, so the woman walking towards them is in grave danger. Despite the pressure, she is successful in saving her life and escaping the bears. An elderly woman can be seen peacefully taking a nap when all of a sudden something wakes her up. After waking up, the woman immediately gets up out of her chair, which frightens the predator, causing it to also run away immediately. Bears do not normally hunt humans, which explains the predator's docile nature when approaching the sleeping lady. Fortunately, the bear does not attack the woman, instead opting to run away. The beginning of this clip shows a carload of tourists driving down a road in Yellowstone, when suddenly they are greeted by a whole bear family.
Oh, come on, bears.
They stop the car to avoid provoking the 3 large bears blocking their path and hope for the best as fear starts creeping in. Failing to put sufficient distance between them and the bears, they unfortunately put themselves in a rather unusual situation.
No, Dashi, they can't hurt us. They're just curious. They can't do anything.
Are you filming this?
The child in the car starts to panic as the bear's claws showcase themselves in bright light, but a few seconds later, this happens.
Dashi, they cannot hurt us.
They can't hurt us. Oh. Oh, great.
The parents fail to calm the kid down, so they proceed to drive forward, despite one bear still latching onto the car.
Start driving forward, Jacob. It's okay. It's okay. He will get down.
Fortunately, the predators decide to leave them alone after they drive faster. A group of bears can be seen passing by a house when suddenly one of them pauses and seems to try to push the door open. One of the home residents notifies another person in the house, leaving them both terrified, yet excited about the whole situation. Thankfully, after a while, the predator decides to leave their house alone. A man came face to face with death after he encountered a large mother black bear with cubs hiding in the trees during his hike in the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. The intense encounter starts with a man recording his hike when suddenly he stops in his tracks after seeing something between the trees.
That wasn't a Florida bear. Oh, there he is, right over here. All right, buddy. All right. There you are. I'm going.
After seeing the enormous black bear staring at him, he stops and slowly backs up a few inches from the animal in order to compose himself.
Just see what this bear wants to do, because we're getting close to the point where I'm gonna have to use force.
Despite the presence of the bear, he resorts to walking forward once again as slowly as possible, hoping not to anger or startle the mother bear as he passes by.
I'm going this way. You just stay where you're at. There you go. There you go, buddy. You stay where you're at.
Luckily for him, the predator lets him pass through and go on safely. In the beginning of this clip, a bear can be seen entering a house through a window that was left open while no one was home. Throughout the video, the bear can be seen exploring the house and roaming around, seemingly looking for something to eat. At one point, the animal is even seen awkwardly trying to scratch itself on the side of a kitchen counter. Luckily for the family, the bear made its way back out before they got home. A supposedly long and drawn-out hunt almost ended in the most gruesome way imaginable after the hunter became the hunted. This terror-striking encounter begins with the man recording a bear trying to sniff him out from the ground under his little tree stand. Moments later, the bear spots him and doesn't waste any time and proceeds to climb up towards the hunter with a menacing look. Fortunately, the bear goes back down, giving the man the chance to grab his shotgun and pepper spray. Expecting the worst, he prepares and aims down his weapons as the bear decides to pull off one terrifying move.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Down, bear. Get down.
Thankfully, the hungry bear gets the message and leaves him alone, ending the close call. Not even your own house is safe, as we can see this bear approaching and entering the property. Black bears, despite the stigma, are intelligent animals capable of using their knowledge wisely, stealthily avoiding humans, and choosing their meals carefully. There seems to be no one at home when the animal enters the house, which is good. But then something terrible happens. The homeowners arrive after a trip to the store while the bear is still inside. What happens next is something you should see for yourself. They run away, fearing for their lives, but it seems like the bear was not interested in them, as it doesn't follow them. This next encounter takes place while YouTuber Hiking with Braids and her friends are seen calmly relaxing in their hammocks. Moments later, their rest is interrupted after one of her friends spots something terrifying stalking them.
Oh, hey, there's a giant bear beside us, huh? What? Giant bear beside us. Hey, bear, what you doing? Where? Oh my gosh, get out of here, you little crap.
After seeing the bear, they immediately jump out of their hammocks and make loud sounds in an effort to scare the animal away.
Dude, get. Go. Get. Go. Get.
Since shouting doesn't seem to work, the women resort to throwing rocks in the animal's direction.
He's not scared. Great. Go. It's a baby. Oh, no. Go. Get out of here. Get. I don't want to hit you, but I'm gonna...
After a while, they thankfully drive the animal away and continue their backpacking trip. This short yet haunting clip shows a black bear sprinting towards a family getting out of a car. It almost seems like the bear was going for the young boy beside the car, but his mom pulled him away just in time. The black bear is then seen sprinting away, as they are known to be easily frightened by humans. In this next clip, a mother bear with 2 cubs can be seen walking around and scavenging near a house with people inside. Later, the mother bear starts to walk away, giving the woman the confidence to open the door and record outside. A few seconds later, though, a cub walks towards her, which makes her shut the doors again out of fear of provoking the mom.
Oh, no, you don't. Really? I don't think that's a good idea. No.
The woman continues filming the nearby cubs for a little longer until she suddenly has the fright of her life.
Oh,
After the attacks, the bears quickly run away after a loud horn is blown at them.